Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to you all. How are you? How are you feeling today after the cold weather and the heavy rains? Feeling well? Freezing? Okay. Now, Murida is frozen. What do you advise her? What do you advise her? She's frozen. Okay? She says it. I'm freezing. Okay? I'm frozen. Yeah.
You should wear a lot of clothes.
Okay, you should wear heavy clothes. Thank you. Good. Yeah.
She should have worn a jacket.
She should have worn a jacket. Now we need your sentence, but after some minutes we will come back again to your sentence, Khadija. Okay? Now, tomorrow the weather will be cold also tomorrow. Tomorrow the weather will be cold. What do you suggest? What do you suggest? Yeah. I suggest we stay at home. It's enough staying at home. Okay? So, good. She says, I suggest we stay at home. Can you say that in another way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's stay at home.
That's right. And also you can say, why don't we stay at home? Okay? We could stay at home, right? We could stay at home. Why don't we stay at home? Now, if you look, why don't we and we could, they offer you the same meaning. They are used for what? Making a suggestion, right? You suggest something. So you say what? Why don't we and we could. Could in this situation is used for making a suggestion, right? I'm hungry. What do you suggest? I'm hungry. I didn't have breakfast.
Why don't you eat a sandwich?
Thank you. Good. Yeah.
You could eat a sandwich.
Thank you very much. You could eat a sandwich. Why don't you eat a sandwich? Okay, that's right. Now, if I say you should eat a sandwich, you should stop now. You should go now. This is what type of language function does this situation or this sentence express? You should eat. You should eat at home before you leave. Yes, Asma. Okay, thank you very much. Strong advice. Good. That's right. Strong advice. Now, which is better? Listen, you should have something at home. Or maybe you should have something at home. Which one do you like more? Maybe you should eat at your breakfast. Or you should eat your breakfast. Which one do you like more?
No.
You should? Maybe.
You should.
Why maybe not you should? Okay.
Because maybe is this stronger than...
Okay. No, it softens. Maybe softens the strength of the advice. Okay? Thank you very much. Now, as we said, you should, this expresses what? A strong advice. But if you want to soften as a matter of respect, you want to respect or to let the other side accept your advice, you say, maybe you should. Okay? Maybe you should. Now, look at this sentence. I'm having trouble in math class. I'm having trouble. This is a problem. This is a problem. Yes, go on, please read. You
could talk to your teacher, or you could ask and they'll help you with your math lessons, or I could try to help you.
Thank you. Now you could talk. You could ask. Okay? I could try. Now what does that express? What does that express? Yeah.
Express suggestion.
Okay, thank you very much. Or possibility. That's right. I'm suggesting something and it is possible. Okay? One possibility is to do this, and another possibility is to do that, and so on. Now, again, sometimes might is used. You might talk to your teacher. You might go now. This is another way of what? of making suggestion. But may is not used in this situation.
Could is more.
Might, yeah, you can use could, and might is also used. Look, I failed my math class. I failed my math class. Now, you remember? Yeah, she's feeling very cold. And Khadija told her, you should have worn your jacket or your coat. What do you think of this advice? Now she's in the university. Can she have her coat?
No.
No, it is impossible. Okay? It is not possible for her to have the coat. No, do you think this advice came in the right time? No, it came too late. It came what?
Too late.
This type of advice is called what? Hindsight advice. Okay? Now things are over. No coat in the university. She's, she's feeling very cold. You should have taken your coat. It is too late to give advice, right? So this is called what? Hindsight advice. You didn't do well in the exam. You should have studied carefully. Okay? Now it is too late. So this type of advice, you should have talked. It is a past advice, but it came in a late time. So it was important for you to talk, but you didn't. You made a mistake. Okay? It was your mistake because you did not talk to your teacher. Now, Dua did not bring her gloves. Her fingers are very cold. What do you say to Dua? Yeah. She should have brought. That's right. Thank you very much. She should have brought. Okay. Nada is hungry. She didn't have breakfast at home. Yeah.
She should have eaten her breakfast.
Very good. She should have eaten her breakfast. Okay? Yeah. What do you want? Okay, look at the situation. Okay, read it.
I failed my math class.
I failed my math class. This is another problem. Yeah?
You could have talked to your teacher, or you could have asked Anna to help you with your math, or I could have tried to help you. Means you had the chance to do this or that. It was possible for this or that to happen. You missed some good opportunities.
Thank you very much. Now, you could have thought it was a good chance. You missed it. Okay? Or you could have asked. You didn't ask. It was a good chance and you missed it. Okay? Or I could have tried. You had another good chance, another possibility, but you didn't. You missed all the chances. Okay? They were good chances for you, and you didn't do. Yeah. This is, it came too late again. You remember in the previous situation we said you should have eaten, you should have brought, you should have done, right? Now we say you could have. You could have. Could expresses what? Possibility. But is it in the right time? No, it is what? Hindsight, possibility. It is too late. Okay? Now look at this exercise. Would you read the introduction, please? Yeah.
Discuss speaking Greek and C's use of should and could. What are the differences in meaning? A.
Okay, now should and could are used. Now, what does it express? Does it express possibility? Does it express advice? And what type of advice or what type of possibility? Go on.
Number 1, A. Kid doesn't feel good. He has a bad
Stomachache.
stomachache.
Yeah.
What do you think he should do? B. He should see a doctor. C. Well, I don't know. He could call a doctor. He could call Dr. Sung, or he could call Dr. Jones, or he could simply stay in bed for a day and hope he feels better tomorrow.
Thank you. Now, what do you think he should do? Should. What does it express?
Advice.
Yeah. Thank you. He should see. Expresses?
A strong advice.
Expresses a strong advice. Good. he could call. He could call. What does it express? Yeah. Again, let's complete. Look at this sentence. He could stay. He could call expresses what?
Suggestion and possibility.
Okay. He could call. He could stay expresses.
Possibility and suggestion.
Yes, who is the speaker?
Suggestion on
Thank you very much. Good. Now number 2.
No.
Number 2. Yeah. We want 3 students. A, B, C. Go on. A, B, C. Go on.
I need to get to the airport.
You should take the airport bus, but it's cheaper than a taxi. It's cheaper than taxi.
Well, you could take the airport bus, or you could take a taxi. Maybe Matt could take you. He has a car.
Thank you. Now, look. You are still at home. You want to go to the airport, okay? You should take. This is what? What does it express? What does it express? Yeah. Thank you. You could take. Possibility. Good. You could take. They express what? Okay. Now look at the other sentence. We want again A, B, C. Yes, you three. You three. Go on with your friends. Yeah. A, B, C. Go on.
I took a taxi to the airport and it cost me
A fortune. Yeah. A big amount of money.
You should have taken the airport bus.
You could have taken the airport bus, or maybe Nate could have taken you.
Thank you very much. Now listen. I took a taxi to the airport. Where are you now? In the airport. Okay? So in the previous situation, you were still at home. Now you are in the airport. And it cost me a big amount. I paid too much to the taxi. Now, you should have taken the airport bus. What does that express? Yes, Min? Hindsight advice. Very good. Or you could have taken the airport bus. This expresses what, Nada?
Hindsight possibility.
That's right. Thank you very much. Good. Let's talk about phrases and clauses. One of the most important topics in grammar. Since you started studying grammar, you should know what is a phrase, what is the type, what are the types of phrases, what is a clause, and what are the types of clauses. So please pay attention and let's start. Now, when I say at school, in the street, at home, the very cold weather, they are what? They are groups of words, right? They are groups of words. When I say, for example, that young girl, this is a group of words. Does it have a verb?
No.
Does it have a subject? Does it have a meaning? No. This is called what? A phrase. A phrase. So what is the phrase? A group of words which makes sense. When I say the tall girl, does it make sense? It does. But not complete sense. What about that tall girl? What about it? Is she tired? Is she my sister? Is she your sister? Does it tell you anything about that? It doesn't make sense. Okay? It is called what? Phrase. It is a group of related words without a subject and a finite verb. A group of related words without a subject and a finite verb. When I say, for example, yesterday's cold weather. Yesterday's cold weather. A group of words. Okay? Does it make sense? It makes sense, but not complete sense. Does it have a subject or a verb? No. What is a finite verb? Where is the verb? When I say yesterday's cold weather, does it have a verb?
No.
No verb. Okay? So, what is a finite verb? Before we start, since a finite verb is mentioned, what is a finite verb? A finite verb must have a tense. and agree with its subject in number and person. Now, at the beginning of this course, we studied tenses, right? The present simple, go, for example, go, went, is going, has gone, will be going, will have gone. Okay? They all have tenses, right? These verbs which have tenses and agree with the subject, what does it mean agree with the subject? Who can explain that? Yeah.
If it's a plural like they.
For example,
we
I
say
go, he
goes.
He goes. Okay? I go, he goes. Now, this is called a finite verb. Look, in English, there are 4 non-finite verbs. You know, we are not going to talk about finite verbs because you know them. Okay? What are all the verbs, all the tenses that we studied at the beginning of this course are called what? Finite verbs. The present simple, the past simple, the past continuous, the present continuous, and you know the stories of the tenses, right? Any verb that has a tense agrees with the subject, this is called a finite verb. We want to recognize the non-finite verbs. What are the non-finite verbs? In English, you know, there are 4 non-finite verbs. What are they? The infinitive, the gerund, the present participle, and the past participle. They are called what? Non-finite verbs. They are non-finite verbs. For example, to eat. Does it have a tense? No. This is a non-finite verb. To be eating, continuous infinitive. This is a non-finite verb. To have eaten. This is another non-finite verb. Now, the gerund, eating and having eaten. They are gerunds. This is simple gerund and this is perfect gerund. They are again, okay, non-finite verbs. And the present participle, eating, playing. Look, is eating, this is a finite verb. Are eating, we're eating, you are eating, I'm eating. Finite verbs, but eating alone. Eating alone. A part of the present progressive. It is a non-finite. And eaten, go, went, gone. See, saw, seen. Seen. Is it a verb?
Yes.
Does it have a tense?
No.
No. Have seen has a tense, right? Had seen has a tense. But seen alone doesn't have a tense. So this is called a non-finite verb. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any question? So they are all called what? Non-finite verbs. And what is a finite verb? Can you give me an example of a finite verb? Who can give me an example? Yes, please.
Past simple.
Give me an example. Went. Good. Thank you. I went to school.
Present simple.
For example,
Eat.
Go.
okay, I eat my breakfast at home. Thank you.
Is it playing?
He is playing. Thank you very much. Go on. Now listen. Now words or a group of words in italics are phrases in the examples below. Number one, read it.
The sun rises in the east.
The sun rises in the east. In the east. This is a group of words. Does it have a verb? No. Now in the east, it makes sense, but not a complete sense. This is called what?
Phrase.
A phrase. Okay. Number two.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a
Sat on a wall. On a wall. What about this word? What would you say about these words? On a wall. A phrase, because no verb, and since no verb, no subject. Okay? Thank you. Yes. Number three. Yes, go on.
She wear a hat.
Yes, yeah. Now,
With the blue chain.
what is this? A phrase. Does it have a verb? No. Yes, please. تفضلي. Yes, you.
The accident in the bridge was not serious. On the bridge,
Okay, it is a phrase because,
accident has don't have verb.
okay, doesn't have a verb. Thank you. Next one.
The girl with the red hair in an
Artist. With the red hair. With the red hair. This is what? A phrase because? Okay, thank you. Next one.
Sarah took a long leave.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And finally, yes, please. Holding the toy, yeah? Okay, this is a phrase. Holding the toy. It doesn't have a finite verb. Okay, good. Now, types of phrases. Now, you all know what is a phrase, right? Who can give me a phrase? Give me a phrase from your own. Good. And?
To the stairs.
Thank you. Good. And?
Under the table.
Thank you very much. Now look, what are the types? Okay, what's on? Do you want to say something? Huh? Yes, you want to say something? If you want to say something, say it aloud. So we want one speaker, please. We agreed that we want one speaker, right? If you want to say something, you are welcome. Say it. So if you don't have, listen. Adjective phrases. Now, before we go to the adjective phrases, in general, what does the adjective do? When I say cold weather, when I say weather, okay, weather, what type of weather?
No.
What type of weather? Do I know? I don't know. When I say a cold weather, cold is an adjective. It describes
The noun.
the noun. It describes the noun. So what does the adjective do? It describes the noun. The adjective describes the noun. The manager. The manager. What type of manager? I don't know. Was of a great wealth. Now, what do you know about the manager? Samar, what do you know about the manager? He is of a great wealth. Of a great wealth. Now, this noun of a great wealth. This phrase describes the manager, the noun, right? So it does the work of the adjective. Okay? Now, if I say the manager was old, the manager was old, right? Old describes what? The manager. Instead of old, instead of the adjective, I used what? Or the manager was wealthy, for example. The manager was rich. The manager was rich. Rich describes what? The manager. Instead of rich, of one word, I used a phrase of a great wealth. So this phrase, which describes the noun, is called?
Adjective phrase.
Okay, good. Next one, please. He lives?
He lives in a house.
Okay, a house. What type of house? I don't know. What type of house? I don't know. Now, built of stone. Built of stone. Yes, go on. Now, built of stone describes the house. This is what? This is
Adjective phrase.
a phrase, but it has a verb. Please, one speaker. Built is a verb, right? So how do we call it a phrase? Built. Yes, built. It is a verb. I'm talking about built. We said a phrase. What is a phrase? A group of words without a finite verb, right? So what about built? Past participle. Is it a finite verb? No. It is a verb, but it is an unfinite verb. Okay? It is a verb, but it is an unfinite verb. So, It is what? This is a phrase. This phrase describes
Have.
the noun. So it is
Adjective phrase.
good. Now, yes, please.
I like to see a face with a smile on it.
Okay. Do you like to see a face with a smile on it? Yes. So look at your colleague. Look at each other. Okay. I like to see a face with a smile on it. With a smile on it. What would you say about this group of words?
Adjective phrase and describe face.
Okay. What type of face? What type of face? I don't know. Now this describes the noun. So what is the adjective phrase? Who can tell me? Yes.
Adjective phrase is a phrase that describes a noun.
Okay. Thank you very much. It is the phrase that describes the noun. The phrase that does the work of the adjective, right? What does the adjective do? It describes the noun. It modifies the noun. Okay, so the phrase which modifies, which describes the noun is called an adjective phrase. So read this definition. Yes, Sahar?
Each group of underlined words qualifies a noun just as an adjective does. It therefore does the work of an adjective and is called an adjective phrase.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, each group of underlined words, why did you omit that? Do you think that is not necessary here? What do you know? That, is it necessary? She deleted, she omitted it. Is it necessary or not, and why?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's necessary because the speaker and the listener know what the word
that's right.
is.
Is it a definite or a generic noun? Words. Okay? We are talking about a specific groups of words, right? Thank you very much. Now again, you know what is the adjective phrase now, right? Any question on this point? Huh? Now let's have an exercise. Let's have an exercise. Look at this exercise. Pick out the adjective phrases in the following sentences. Okay? You have 2 minutes. It will be enough. Do the exercise. All of you, please. All of you do the exercise. Now, let's talk. Check the answers. Let's discuss. Number one. Number one. Yes, please. Hannah. Lama. Yeah, okay, Lama. Go on.
While beasts small cats are a sorry sight. The adjective phrase is small cats.
Okay, thank you. Wild beasts. Which wild beasts? In small cages. Thank you. Murida, next one.
He tells a tale with the ring of the truth on it.
Tells a tale. What type of tale?
Yes, the
Okay.
phrase is with the
Look.
ring of truth.
Look, this a very long group of words. Does it have a verb? No. Thank you. It is a phrase. Yes, what about this group? Yes, this group. Next one, number 3. Faddali. Go on.
Friend in need is a friend in need.
Yeah, a friend. What type of friend? Which friend? Okay, in need. Thank you very much. Next one. Yes, please. New ones. New ones. Yes, please. There. A stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. Your friend. Where is the phrase? Which stitch? In time. Okay? In time. This is a good saying. A good proverb. Okay. Yeah, next one.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Good. Thank you. How many phrases do you have?
2 phrases.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much. Yeah?
Couldn't we accept is a friend indeed a phrase?
Again?
Is a phrase indeed. Isn't a phrase?
We said a phrase usually is a group of words. Okay? Usually it is a group of words. Not one word. Though some books consider it, okay, a phrase. Now, let's come to the adverb. What does the adverb do? Yes?
Adverb express the verb.
Okay. It describes the verb. He ran quickly, right? It rained heavily. Okay? It describes the verb. She ran with a great speed. How did she run? With a great speed. So, this phrase describes the verb. It is what?
Adverb.
Adverb phrase. He is coming at this moment. When? When is he coming? At this moment. So, you can buy it in all places. Where? In all places. Okay? So, what is the adverb phrase? Who can tell me? What is the adverb phrase?
The adverb phrase describes the verb.
Good. It is the phrase which describes the verb. Which does the work of the adverb, right? Which does the work of the adverb. Read, please, the definition.
Each group of the underlying words qualifies a verb just as an adverb does. It therefore does the work of an adverb and is called an adverb phrase.
Thank you. Now, this is an exercise. Do this exercise. You have 2 minutes again. Read the sentence. Pick out the adverb phrases in the following sentences. Go on. 2 minutes you have. Two minutes. Do it yourself first. Okay. Yes. Number 1. Thank you. They lived where? They lived where? Look. This group of words, okay, describes the verb. Where? Thank you. Yes, please. Next one.
Nothing can live on the wood. Adverb phrase describes the verb.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next one.
Come into the garden, phrases, adverb phrases, describe the verb.
Thank you. Number 4. Yes, please. Lama.
Three fishermen went sailing over the sea. The phrases describe the verb.
Thank you. And finally.
They fought to the last man. Phrases describe the verb.
Okay. It is an adverb phrase. It describes the verb. Thank you very much for today. And see you on Wednesday, inshallah.